Obviously a really, interesting first half. A lot of frenetic things happening at the end of the first half there.
If Dana Dimmel is going to describe the first half of today's UTEP UTSA game as interesting, I wonder how he describes his 2020. Fascinating, intriguing. Mine has been pretty unusual myself, Coach, but the Miners playing their first game in 3 weeks today in San Antonio. And yes, there were some things in the first half that were pretty compelling, to say the least. Both teams checking in at 500. First quarter, UTSA up 3-0. Looks like they're about to go up 10, but don't count your chickens. Zachary Franklin stripped from behind while crossing the goal line. Duran Lowe pops it out. The Miners recover. Take another look. Franklin, always stay humble and kind, kids. A big swing, seeing as 6 plays later, Gavin Hardison buys some time with his feet and gets off a rope downfield into the hands of Jacob Cowing. Biscuit in the basket. UTEP grabs the lead 7-3. Teams would trade touchdowns, but 30 seconds before the half, UTEP is up 21-17, trying to preserve the lead into the break, but UTSA quarterback Frank Harris, 35 yards to cap a 3-play, 70-yard drive to give the runners the lead before the half. And you want to talk about taking the wind out of the sails. This brought down the whole ship, because second half, it's now 31-21 bad guys, and Walter Dawn is stripped from behind by UTSA. Take another look. Dawn just didn't see Rashad Wisdom from behind, and the Roadrunners would take over. Up 10, they could put it away with a score, and that's what they would do. Harris, who fakes out the camera guy for the second time, let alone the defense, keeps on read option and scores. Frank Harris accounted for 5 total touchdowns. UTEP outscored 28-0 in the second half. This was a 3-point game at halftime. In a span of 8 minutes, it was over, 52-21. I talked about the first game for UTEP in 3 weeks. Their next game versus UAB already canceled. Dana Dimmel obviously upset, but does all the uncertainty around the schedule at some point start to affect the on-field product?
And, maybe we'll see what happens if we end up playing a game this weekend. Don't know, you're always looking to find a game, but the Miners need to play football. It really was evident today that we did not improve through all this time off. We really didn't perform like we have been throughout the whole year. So very disappointed with how we played today.
There you have it. Coach Dimmel on the record is saying he'd like it if UTEP added another opponent to fill the void by some cancellations. And with UAB now canceled next week, the Miners don't play again until the 28th at Rice. They already have the 2 postponed games at home in December. Not completely out of the question. I mean, some teams have scheduled games mid-season. Is UTEP Athletic Director Jim Center on the phone with potential opponents? We'll find out in the coming days.